Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Telling Tales. Here we tell atmospheric stories together through the medium of tabletop role-playing games. It is Monday night, and we are playing the Masks of Nyarlathotep with 7th edition Call of Cthulhu. As you can see, we're a decent way through now. We're a decent way through of book one. Anyway, before we get started, promo stuff below the video, links to our social media, our other streaming platforms, our Patreon, where you can support us if you enjoy what we do on the channel, and our Discord, which you can join and come and chat with us and other people involved in the channel about things like Kickstarter and role-playing games and book recommendations. It's a nice place. Okay, little recap. The group have been to Peru and to New York. Their friend Jackson Elias was brutally murdered. They followed up leads and managed to apprehend the cult who were operating in New York City, and are now basically backwards following the steps of Jackson Elias and the Carlisle expedition, which he was researching at the time that he was killed. So the group are back in England now, which is home for all of them. And it seems that they may just have stumbled upon another cult. There's been a group of murders in London, which have been dubbed the Egyptian murders because 17 of the 19 people who have been killed are Egyptian nationals. So the group have spoken to the inspector who is investigating, the editor of a newspaper that deals with the weird, and also a very friendly spice merchant who definitely is fine and not in any way involved with the cult in situ. So let's bring on first Justin, who plays Wilfred Farwell.
And I just think that we don't need any of the other players at all. I think we're sorry. I was just talking to myself. Yeah, no, it's going really great. I'm really looking forward to investigating this cult. And as I said in many sessions previously, getting the whole thing wrapped up very quickly so that we can move on with the real cult activity in Egypt. This is a very, I'm pretty sure, 15 minutes in and out adventure. I feel like we're going to get the whole thing. Like, even maybe me and Steve might just be able to wrap it all up today.
Good. Let's bring on Steve, who plays Edwin. Hey, Steve.
Hi, Jonny. I was just about to say, well, you know, I've got things to do. So if Wilfred wants to,
yeah, actually, now I think about it,
I'll crack on. I'll get on to Egypt. And, you know, we can parallelize this.
Yeah. I think we can. We should be working dynamically and working to our strengths. And then just let me know if you've got any blockers, and I'll.
So Sam sadly won't be joining us tonight, and John and Jack are going to be a little late. So, Steve, how is Edwin feeling about all of this at the moment?
Well, I think the realization that Sarah Shafiq, that was the one, wasn't it? That she's actually was lying when she claimed that the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh,
Pharaoh
had disappeared years ago. So that's upsetting. Also, more upsetting is that at least two of us have revealed themselves to be interested in the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh when they went into the shop. The other two might just have got away with buying some nice spices that aren't poisoned. Who can say? And yes, and she's involved with the club that we've just bought membership to as well, in quite a big way, and also the deaths of 19 people, at least. Well, certainly 17, presumably 19. And we just walked in and introduced ourselves again, and yeah. So it's pretty much par for the course. We've yet to achieve any sort of subtlety when it comes to our investigations, but we are all still alive at the moment. So, pros and
I think it would take a few deaths before we learn any subtlety. You know,
there is a limit to. Yeah. If we all die, then hopefully, unless somebody else is watching,
we have contacts.
then there's a possibility that we won't learn. I say we.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Because bear in mind, all die. Bear in mind that you're looking into 19 deaths. And are not being subtle. Surely anyone looking into your death will also not necessarily take the hint.
It's also that difficulty of observer bias. You know, once we start measuring things, when we die, we distort the data. You know, we are 4 non-Egyptians or 5 non-Egyptians. I don't know how many are now. So, you know, that makes the whole thing go back. And there were 2 other non-Egyptian deaths, weren't there?
Yes.
So that was the previous.
It could be.
Previous adventuring party.
Yeah. A small party of 2 people.
Just like today.
But yeah, if you all went, it would potentially be 17 and 7, which is much less of a pattern than 17 and 2.
And then if the next group comes along and investigates and all dies, then
we should. Well, we need to make sure we make an all-Egyptian party next time, so that we make sure that we correct the numbers.
Right.
Anyway, Jack's here.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Hi, Jack.
Hey, Jack.
Hello.
Save us.
We're just discussing skewing of data based on adventuring parties dying while looking into the deaths of a large group of Egyptian people.
Okay.
Oh, good. Well, good point. Well made.
Yeah. There isn't much you can say to it, to be fair.
Yeah. How's Ted feeling at the moment?
How's Ted feeling? Maybe a little bit. Maybe not hacked off. Maybe he is a little bit hacked off. That this cult leader's lied to our faces. You know. Maybe he's a little bit, maybe slightly embarrassed for his sort of professional reputation that she's, you know, he had no inkling.
As a journalist, you don't expect people to lie to you, do you?
No. It's, but, you know, he'll get over it once the monsters start crawling out the walls.
I've got to say, you don't get to be head of a cult just by telling everyone that you're running a cult.
Well, you've
got to do it at the start, obviously, to get the numbers up. But once you've got the numbers, that's like, you know, it's a bit of a Fight Club situation.
Yeah, well, I think we're at the start of that journey. Not that we're starting a cult, but we are quite open with telling people we're investigating a cult. And eventually maybe we'll get to the point where
we need to come up with a different strategy. But I don't know what that strategy is. Like, how do you investigate something without asking questions about it?
The police make it look so much easier.
Yeah. Hypnotherapy,
I suppose that they're pretty clear cut too, actually, you know, I think about it.
Look at uniforms and everything. That's at least we haven't got uniforms yet.
We should get our own uniforms, create our own investigative bureau.
We don't have an office. We should have an office. A company this size, you know, it's like we're hot. You know, like, you know, we're a reasonably sized organization at this stage. You know, we've got several members. I've worked for teams smaller than this. Like, you know, it's. So yeah, I'm just putting it out there. Like, we need an office and business cards. Speaking of which, today in London, the place that we are all psychically located. Have we done the Penhew Foundation yet? The business card.
Merit has gone along there, handed in a letter expressing interest in. I think Merit was asking them whether they could assist him with
funding an expedition, I think,
right.
or something.
Was it Learning Egyptian, or there was certainly?
Oh, maybe it was that. Yeah,
It was kind of it was a bit of a soft approach. It wasn't a full-on
I like
high.
it.
We're looking for cults, which makes a change.
Merits well ahead of the curve.
Most likely to survive,
Yeah.
gets that award this chapter. But yeah,
and we're looking into maybe trying to work out what location. There was a thing about maybe we would look into this Zara Shafiq and look into whether they may own, see if maybe they own some land that's outside of London a short way. That was something I talked about last time.
Yes.
I don't know if that's something that is doable through legal routes, but if anyone knows UK law, it is the protagonist of this story, Edwin Price.
I'm not the protagonist. It's not.
I will stop saying it because I don't want to actually annoy you. But I never stop thinking.
You're just trying to curse me, aren't you? That's
yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, so it's the 12th of Feb because I think you had just turned in for the night, basically.
I was going to ask. Yes,
having met with Yalisha in the sort of archways outside the club. And then you'd reconvene and you've discussed next steps, and you're going to speak to Inspector Barrington and try to find out property links, etc. for Zara. And that Edwin borrowed the Life as a God book from Mrs. Farwell.
Yes. Presuming that Mrs. Farwell let me. But
I think she probably would have, but with maybe
Don't
a bit of a warning about
the
about
Pomodoro
being
technique
careful.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
15 minutes cap, not the full 20 minutes. Reduce it down a bit.
Okay, great. I'm loving it. You've already talked to the investigator previously, hadn't you? But not got very far.
We had we had a chat. He gave us some details, but we failed a roll, so didn't get any names of victims or anything like that. I can't remember whether we said we were going to look into it or whether we said we wouldn't look into it. We couldn't have. I'm sure we wouldn't have said, "Oh, yes, we'll leave well alone. Don't worry, we'll stay safe." I can't believe.
From what I remember, I think there was a little bit of a "don't ask, don't tell, but tell me if you find anything interesting" kind of situation.
Don't ask, but tell.
Don't ask, only tell.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Well, there you go. Does Edwin know of a route using his legal knowledge of looking into property links? Could that be a role? Maybe.
I would certainly be interested in attempting anything like that. I mean, currently we only have. Well, I suppose we have the name Zara Shafiq.
Or we could go to do generic library use on Zara Shafiq.
I think you would be able to potentially find that information on public record for land purchases and property purchases.
I'd certainly want to give that a go if we could.
Sure. Do you want to do that as the first thing for the day, post breakfast?
Why not? Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, anything interesting in the papers? Any?
No.
Okay.
No.
Good.
Just a couple more murders.
The only thing that is of vague interest is that there is a mention of the situation in Edale.
Oh, right.
Um,
Yes, that was the full moon. People being
I love
ripped
Edale.
apart. Oh, we could go there if you want.
I mean, I love going. I spend lots of time in Edale. Like, I love Edale. It's so sad to hear about these murders.
So yeah, just basically like a follow-up piece saying that there's no further information, and kind of police are still stumped, and
Right.
if a sort of vague appeal for witnesses, but
If
kind
there
of
are any
half-hearted in the
foolhardy
London papers.
investigators wanting to, risk their lives, please phone.
Oh, interesting.
Word for word.
Did they say which booth it was in? Sure. That's good to know. I'll make a circle of that. Maybe we could do a walking tour.
Local residents still claim to hear wailings on nights with full moon. So at least it fits in nicely with the the cult activity being on the new moon.
That's true, actually. Good point.
Cool.
Yeah. Feel free to give me a library use roll. Justin and Jack, what are Wilfred and Ted? Are
Well,
you assisting, or are you doing something separate?
I think also going to the library or going to do some kind of research is valuable, but I don't want to double up what we're doing. So maybe instead of focusing on Zara, maybe focus on the club.
You might want to double up. Given that I rolled badly.
I'll double up. Is that okay, Johnny? Or does that count as kind of rolling twice for the same thing?
That's okay. I'm all right with it.
I rolled a 31 on my indecipherable dice, and I think that's a success. It is exactly my target number, so
wow, okay,
that is a success, right?
Yes.
So
yes,
taking library use.
You don't find anything on any property or land purchased by Zara Shafiq.
Sounds like we need to triple up then.
She's probably using a pseudonym or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I only barely managed to cobble together this information, mostly by chance. I don't know how it was like I'd have finding a pseudonym.
Just look for any property purchased by anyone ever, and we'll find
yes,
it.
That's
the thing. At the moment, you have like no location or anything. It's just sort of you think it might be just outside of London, and that's all that you have. So it would be difficult to probably look for anything.
And so far, we have Zara Shafiq as a name. We know the name of the
can we look
the
into
ostensible owner of the club, but they seem to be not necessarily in charge.
Well, then, who owns the spy store and the other club, and then
that
they
is
own other properties?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Because if she hasn't bought them and she owns them through people, maybe this. Can we spend the rest of the day on that? Oh, maybe Ted can look at it from that angle.
yeah. Let's say Ted's looking at it from that angle, to rather than just looking at her, who actually owns the buildings that we know about.
Yeah, what other properties do they own?
Okay. I know there's 0 on my 10s dice. That's fortunate. So yeah, that's a success.
Is it an extreme or hard or super
it's
success?
Under half. So
under half.
Okay, hard success.
Yeah. Okay. So the club is owned by Abdul Nawisha, and he doesn't own the spy shop. The spy shop looks to just be owned by a landlord. Seems to be rented. They just own sort of a few buildings on that
Mhm.
street and a couple more in central London. Nothing that particularly piques your interest.
Just own like by the bank or something like that sort of level of landlord, where it's not like, oh, this is just a front for
Yeah.
And they get in some kind of, is it a carriage or a motor car of some kind?
Yalisha said
A truck.
A
I thought
truck.
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
Do you think they rent it?
It's rented out by the same people that rent out the building.
I mean, I mean, honestly, I'm grasping at any straws I can find.
We might need some more puzzle pieces here.
Is there a
No,
convenient homeless
no.
person that constantly is looking at the club that could tell us when they last departed?
If only
We
we had
did this last time,
CCTV.
but the goddamn cafe owner ended up trying to push Price. It had to be pushed by Price out of a window or something. Like, you know, it's it's something like that. You know, like it doesn't end well.
It is very hard.
Doesn't end well for them.
Well, no, that's true. On that occasion,
we'll just bring it up. Say, if you're thinking of double crossing us, let us just tell you what happens to the last person.
Sometimes I'm just like, it'd be nice to have someone write a guide on how to play Call of Cthulhu. How do you do it?
His handbook.
Yeah, something like that would be great. How do I use my skill in boat to solve this cult murder?
That would be a stretch, I think. I mean, hopefully Barrington has some more information. At least if we go to Barrington and say, "Oi, Sarah Shafiq has got something to do with this."
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Because we've got the name of a victim. We have, did Barrington ever talk to? Is it Yalisha? Yes.
Yeah, Yalisha.
That might shake out a few more bits of info.
I'm up for that. Although maybe like a lot of these people don't know who I am yet because I was conveniently not there for any of this. I don't know if I was not there in person, character, or the investigation spy shop. I don't think I was there.
You were in the spy shop with.
Okay.
But you were buying spices, so depending on how suspicious,
paranoid.
Yes.
Okay. But I guess my point is
Ted's cover's blown, certainly.
If I'm out of it, we can keep me as an ace up the sleeve for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Or not.
And John has joined us.
Save us.
John.
Hello.
Hey, John.
Talking of aces up the sleeve.
No,
my cover is also totally blown.
We were still discussing next steps. There has been some library use to look into if Zara Shafiq owns any buildings or land.
Okay.
And she does not seem to. And there doesn't seem to be any link. So the Blue Pyramid Club is owned by the club owner, Abdul Nawisha. And the spice shop building seems to just be owned by a landlord who has a few buildings down that street and a couple of other buildings in central London.
Right.
But neither of those two seem to own anything just outside of London, which is what Yalisha seemed to think was where the truck was going, taking the people from the club. That's kind of where we're at.
I mean, we could try to just keep. I mean, this has an element of risk to it, but we could try to keep Sarah Shafiq under observation. See where she goes, see who she talks to.
That sounds like a dangerous thing that Wilfred Farrell would be interested in doing. It's just so stupid. It's got his name on it.
It's so stupid. It might just work.
Well, let's not go too far.
What's Merritt's opinion on all of this? If John is ready.
I
We can prevaricate
So-
for longer.
Merritt's opinion is that perhaps we have approached the situation in a way that perhaps shows relative novicehood at this whole cult investigation.
I'd certainly be inclined to agree. Yes.
He is reminded of the fact that the first time we met Jackson Elias was using a fake name. The one useful idea I have had, I was going to write back to New York to see either Carlton or Kensington to see whether Jackson made any separate notes while he was in London.
Okay.
Because the notes that we got were pertaining to the Carlisle expedition, but we've seen nothing in these notes that this was necessarily related to that. We can suspect it is, but we don't know.
Sure,
He may have been here for a different reason. So he may have like a different folder of notes that he's forwarded on.
By right, do you mean Telegram?
Yes.
Good, because those have different response times.
I meant text. It's going to text.
Oh, okay. No,
Just
what's that?
telegramming.
Cool.
Yeah.
Prefer Signal anyway.
Are you writing to both?
Yes.
Okay. Carlton Ramsey and Jonah Kensington.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you remind me what note you left for Gavigan? Were you asking for? I couldn't remember if you were basically going and asking if there was somebody there who could help you learn Egyptian / hieroglyphs, or if you were basically saying that you wanted funding for an expedition potentially.
Or if it
I
was,
remember which
hello,
way
my
you-
real name is Merritt Barton. I am looking into cults.
mean, it was,
These are
hello, my
things.
name is Merritt Barton. Here is my degree from the university of wherever I went to university that I've forgotten. And yes, I'm a linguistic. I think I was going for the languages and then mentioning that I may be involved in an expedition, but I wasn't necessarily hinting for funding because apart
Okay.
from anything, I think that might lead to too many questions. But I was largely just, yes, please teach me Egyptian.
Okay. And did you just give what did you give as a response address? Just your home
It will be my
or your
home
offices?
/ work office.
Yeah.
We are so bad at this.
I'm going through for legitimate purposes. I'm a linguistic.
I'm
looking for
sure that will
linguistics
help.
tutoring.
A linguistic or a linguist?
Both.
Who's a linguistic here?
I also can't remember. Did you mention Jackson in the
No,
note? Okay.
absolutely not.
Okay. Can you make me, John, a back in the past persuade roll for your letter writing?
Yes. Let me just test which of my dice I'm using. Oh, both are good. That one. Okay. No. No, damn it.
I have betrayed
that is
you.
a fail. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 96, but that's not a fumble.
Okay. You receive a response, a letter, that is addressed from the office of Edward Gavigan, essentially. That says, because did you got a membership, didn't you, while you were there? Is that right?
Not yet.
No, you didn't. Okay. So the letter says it's signed off from a Thomas Kinnery at the bottom, and says you used Dr. Barton, didn't you, in the
Yes.
letter? Yeah. So it says, "Dear Dr. Barton, unfortunately, this is not something that we can offer at this time. However, you are welcome to visit the exhibit at any time, and perhaps if you were to obtain a membership, you may meet like-minded fellows who may be able to help." And then, yeah, signed off Thomas Kinnery.
Right. I will be expensing a membership then. I put all my money for joining private clubs towards the Blue Pyramid Club. I don't have any left for the Penhue
Didn't we pay for all of that?
I think we
think
got
you did.
receipts
I
for
know,
all
did you?
that.
Oh yeah. We're gonna expense that anyway.
The expense policy in this place is crazy. Cool.
So yeah, are you going to do that now, John? Is that Merritt's plan for straight away, or?
First priority is sending the telegrams to Ramsey and Kensington. And
Okay.
then, yes, I'll go buy a membership.
Okay. Cool. So the same person is on the sort of reception-y desk as the other day, and smiles, clearly recognizes you, and says, back again.
Yes, I would like to, well, sign up for one of those memberships I've heard so much about.
Very good, very good. Pulls out a sheet of paper and a pen, passes it to you, and says, "Would you mind just filling out your details on here, and we can get that all set up for you?"
I will, as I am a legitimate academic, I will give my legitimate academic credentials.
Cool. So yeah, £10 per person, and that gives you 12
£10?
months access. Yeah.
That's twice as much as the Blue Pyramid.
And it's only temporary.
And you can't get drinks here, I presume.
Cool. And then, do you want to? This basically grants you access to the library, essentially. Are you planning on going and spending some time in the library at this time?
That might depend on if we have decided of doing anything else as a group.
Okay.
If I've got a free afternoon, then yes. But
Okay.
I don't want to be
Yeah.
shirking other duties. That's what I mean.
I don't have very many plans. I mean, I'm not sure. I kind of feel like I'm like, apart from this idea of stalking Zara, like I don't think
Stalking
I've got
is a
any-
strong word.
Well, okay, following creepily a person that
You don't
I'm
have to be
intending-
creepy. You could just
Well,
be.
what way can a
unobtrusive.
man follow a woman that isn't creepy? let me just like roll that one out there. Hashtag maybe I'm too woke, but like I just think men following women around, trying not to be observed, is just a bit creepy.
God, you can't follow women anymore because of woke.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
So I mean, yeah. Apart from let's go with again stalking Zara, I don't really have many plans for what the next sensible step should be.
Well, we need to see Barrington, so Edwin
That's
will be
true.
doing
That's
that.
true. Actually, yeah. I'll go for that. Screw
I mean,
my plan
you
of
could stalk
being
Zara if you
unobserved.
want. That's
No. I think best keep that one as the ace up
Okay.
the sleeve.
some very weird aces.
Okay, Barrington.
I think we should.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
If we trust him.
Oh, God, don't start. That thought
Let's
had just gone through my head, but we have to trust somebody, don't we?
We don't.
Yeah.
Like that's really
I mean,
one of the
okay,
like
yeah,
early
fair enough.
rules.
Yeah. We could just leave.
I don't know if you really can now. Like the Farwells live around the corner from this.
But it is.
I mean,
rather
HQ.
awkward.
I actually am buying house insurance as well. Like, that's something I do need to look into realistically in character. I think that Farwell will actually be pursuing, to at least talking to Price about it. Like, do you know any good insurance brokers on breaking entry and arson? Because
I mean, I'd probably
Difficult cover.
also recommend maybe putting some bars on the windows or discreet, shutters.
they just make it bars just make it more difficult to get out when the house starts burning down.
No,
Guard dog?
You're not wrong. Guard dogs, yeah.
No, I don't want Farwell to be a guy who's got an angry, violent dog. Like I don't. There's a line of like there's a line here, guys. Anyway, no, house insurance, absolutely.
Okay. Going to see Barrington.
Yes.
You ask at the desk and he comes and takes you through to a side room again, and says, everything all right? Not got yourselves in any trouble?
Well, that remains to be seen. We did find out some information regarding that information you had regarding the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh and it having died out years ago doesn't seem to be entirely accurate, according to one of the staff at the Blue Pyramid Club. In fact, it sounds rather like her boyfriend was murdered by members of this brotherhood. From what she says.
Takes out a notepad, flicks through, and says, would this be Miss Essam? Yalisha?
Yalisha, yes, that was her name, yes.
Okay.
Did I have the name? We did have the name of the... Did we have the name of the...
Badru.
Badru, yes.
What did Yalisha say when she first spoke to you? I assume she was questioned at some point.
Yeah. She said it was something to do with somebody making a bit of a pass at her while she was working. And her boyfriend got on the wrong side of him, I think.
That does.
Yes, that's
largely line up.
Did she
Didn't
tell you
mention
about
nothing to
the?
do with a secret society, though.
I think there is some degree of, well, a number of people in that place I seem to be scared of what would happen to them. I can understand why. Elisha mentioned that every month or so there's a truck that travels out of London with 20 or so members of the club, who apparently also are members of this brotherhood.
Every month.
Yes, along with Zara Shafiq.
Well,
And apparently Zara Shafiq is the one who's actually in charge of the Blue Pyramid.
no, I think that's Mr. Noisha.
Well, I think that's what they'd like people to believe. But Mr.
So we think
Noisha,
this Zara that runs a spice shop is some kind of criminal mastermind. Is that what we're saying?
We think she may have had perhaps an ulterior motive in leading you to believe that the Brotherhood was no more. Or at least that is what the one person we have managed to get to talk to us has claimed.
we did notice that when Ted here was talking to Mr. Noisha, was it Ted or was it Merritt?
It was
It was
me.
Merritt. It was you. Mr. Noisha did become very anxious and was staring at some other members in the club, and my belief is that he was worried that he'd be seen associating with people investigating the crimes.
It is possible that this may be more a question of an organized crime using the name of a defunct cult rather than, well, an actual cult. But for whatever reason, they certainly seems to be an unease around certain members. Would we say that sounds accurate?
It certainly came across as Mr. Shafiq not being a person to cross.
Maybe she's not some kind of criminal mastermind, but you never know what goes on behind the scenes in these places. Maybe it's a family connection. Maybe it's something else. There's lots of ways that somebody can, push people's buttons and make things happen. Maybe she's a criminal mastermind. Maybe she's not. But the people who work there seem to think that if she says jump, Abdul asks how high.
All right. Well, I'll make a note, and I'll keep an eye.
These murders didn't have any particular periodicity to them, did they? Like people turning up dead once a month?
It means did they happen regularly?
No, nothing like that.
Well, we did try to determine whether there were any pieces of property that might be owned by Ms. Shafiq, but we weren't able to draw any. We weren't able to find anything on that front.
No, she doesn't seem like the type to have property. She always seems to be around.
How do you mean?
Well, if you're suggesting that she's going elsewhere, she's anytime I've been by the around that area, she's usually around the store, I think.
Well, if what we were told is true, there'll be at least one time a month when she isn't.
True. But you're saying that's at night, so
Yes.
she wouldn't be in the shop anyway, I guess.
I wonder if they only use a truck once a month. It may belong to one of the members, or it may be that they are renting it from somewhere. I don't know if it's worth.
Perhaps they use it at the store. Perhaps it's kept round the back or something.
I hadn't thought of that.
I'll have a look into it.
Regardless, I should state that it would appear that at least two of us are now known to be to Miss Shafiq. Yes, we did perhaps approach rather unadvisedly, asking about the murders. So I suppose I would say if we suddenly disappear, then, well, bear that in mind.
He gives kind of a funny look and says, "Certainly."
I wouldn't want our efforts to be in vain.
No, quite.
Is there anything that you can tell us, Inspector? Just to... We have been as forthcoming as we can, I think, in this matter. It would be nice if there was any other information that we could go on.
I'm not sure there's anything new since last time he came to see me.
Just in a way, a good thing, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still a bit stuck on it, I'm afraid. But look, it's not your job to be doing any of this, so you know.
I don't think we're doing anything, are we? We're just sharing information that we happen to find out about.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the information, but just bear in mind that the safest thing to do is probably to stay away from all of it. That's all.
Well, the safest for us, possibly, but will these murders continue if no one else finds anything?
Could I do a psychology roll just to make sure that wasn't like a veiled warning or something?
Yeah, sure.
If it was veiled, it wasn't very heavily veiled.
That is a hard success.
No, you think he's on the level. You think
Okay.
he's genuinely, doesn't want anybody else to come to harm and is concerned that if you're digging around. that you will.
That's fair. Well, we probably shouldn't keep you, Inspector.
Just yeah, I'll look into all this, but just be careful. Whether it's a cult or one person out doing this for God knows what reason, there's still somebody or a group who's killed 19 people.
I take myself out of my seat and smile and thank him for his time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not sure what to say in response to that, so we will endeavour
right.
to be careful, Inspector.
Good, right. I need a cup of tea. And he holds the door open for you all to go.
Oh, I step right on through.
Can't help comparing him to Lieutenant Poole.
I think perhaps the difference is Lieutenant Poole was investigating corruption in his own department, whereas Inspector Barrington is just investigating some murders happening in London.
A city famous for having occasional crime.
Most cities are.
Well, that was enlightening.
I wish it had been. I don't really know where we go from here.
I mean, do we just go for a snooping around the shop? See if we can find a truck parked up somewhere that
would be yes, that would be.
I think there's that. That's a good idea. I mean, if we're assuming we're saying this as we're removing ourselves from earshot of anyone in this police
we're
department.
not. Yes.
Then
we're doing the movie thing where people have a conversation in amongst everybody else, but somehow it's secret.
That's good. We're using using only lowercase words. I think that definitely if we can have a look in the spy shop in more detail, that'd be great. Especially if we can get our hands on any records that might be useful. Did it look like there was a back room somewhere at the club?
There was a cellar.
Oh yeah, so there was a trapdoor cellar.
Can we see if there's another way into the cellar? Maybe
there was a back room in the shop as well, from memory.
Yeah,
because the club was on the first floor, wasn't there? So I mean, we say cellar, but it's a ground floor.
It's a ground floor room below the thing.
So like a delivery entrance or something that we can get through.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe that there'll be an easy way into that cellar from the way we saw without being detected, unless we go in after it's closed, or indeed before it opens, or indeed we see if Elisha can get us in somehow. But otherwise, it would be pretty difficult.
Certainly from the front, you didn't. So there's a greengrocer's below, and then another building that you're not sure what it is. And there certainly wasn't sort of a door to the section that you think would be that cellar. So you didn't spot an easy way when you were there. But yeah, you could investigate further.
I think that sounds like the next thing then.
Yeah,
Ted's
map
up for
out
that.
the alleyways, around the back of these places, and in a fresh set of clothes with a
with a
different
fake
hat.
mustache.
Yeah. Definitely thinking I should start leveling up disguise. Are there any correspondence courses on disguise?
Which are you going to first?
You're on.
Justin, you are
Justin.
muted.
The club isn't open right now, which is
Which is a great time to, yes.
out.
Yeah,
And later, the spice place won't be open, which makes another good time to do some staking out. So
Okay.
those things.
Yeah, you could. So the club, the sort of building itself is made up of the club, the greengrocers, and another building which may be residential, like sort of flats. And you can get the whole way around the outside there. Yeah, from either, there is no door directly into that cellar as it would be.
Can I knock very loudly on the door of the club? Because we're at daytime now, aren't we? Like way before opening.
Yeah.
I want to
Like
basically
lunchtime.
see if there's anyone who's in the club during the day, and under the guise that my wife left, she thinks she's lost an earring or something, or like a handbag. Like we were here. She was very visibly here last night, and
That
so
dancing, yes.
and you guys can.
Something went flying during the.
I don't mind if you guys. If we're not all here to collect my wife's earring, I don't mind if you guys want to give me a bit of space. But yeah,
that would seem reasonable, I think.
The idea being, just trying to work out, like, if I knock loud enough, does someone stick their head out the window? And if they don't, will Ted see if he can pick the lock? Just like, we're here, like, as I said, 15-minute adventure, in out. Like,
Okay.
Well, your members, they can't complain.
So, Justin, is your ideal outcome that there is someone there or there isn't someone there?
My ideal outcome is that I correctly ascertain whether there is or is not somebody here. And so I guess if someone's across the street, I can see whether anyone like sticks their head out the window or like looks down the window at me, which I might not be able to see very easily. And I'm like hammering. I get what you're saying,
but
Jonny.
Is your dream scenario here that nobody is there and Ted picks the lock for you?
I mean, if nobody's there, and we can break in and leave undetected, that seems to me brilliant. On the downside that, people can always come back, and that's awkward.
Be careful of the GM who
Well, we
gives you
just
what you
stick with the
want.
story. We're looking for the earring.
So I'm hoping no one's there, but I don't know, Jonny. Let's roll a die.
Yeah, but it's going to be a luck roll. So I'm trying to find out which is your preferred situation.
They clearly want to break in.
It's true.
Yeah,
So
It's true. I think my most lucky situation is the only person who's there is Alicia, who lets us have a look around.
Okay.
And she can tell us, oh, no one is going to be here for an hour. Like, that's my perfect situation. Okay. I rolled not a success, a 70. And my luck is 30, so that shows you, 31. Shows you how much I did badly.
Okay. So you big rap on the door.
Really banging.
And after a moment, the door opens. There is a bolt that stops it from opening too far, and you see the sort of eye and like this much of the face of Abdul looking out. Yes, we're not open for many hours.
Can I try a charm roll to try and be like, my wife situation. You
Seen
know,
Neville
like
last night anyway.
What's that? Sorry.
not really, but he would have
No.
seen my wife. You know, like, we
Sure.
were here last
Everybody saw his
night.
wife.
Yep. Give me a charm roll.
I passed 25 under 48, so not quite a hard success, but a good success, a good standard success.
Okay. He
And
says,
you get to take charm.
I've already ticked it, unfortunately.
"Fine, come. You can look in the box."
Okay, brilliant. I'm loving it. Okay, well that's great. So yeah, I just want to ascertain in this case, where, like how many people are in the place, and just kind of like spot any details I can see while I'm in there. So I guess that might be a spot hidden roll.
Yeah, sure. So while you're doing this, he takes you up the stairs,
Fail.
and into the what was the room called? The drawing room.
Mhm.
And pulls out a drawer from under one of the sofas, pulls a box out, and basically hands the box to you.
Yeah,
Says, "These are all things that have been
thank
handed
you
in,
so
found."
much. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm like, I kind of go through them all, like look through them all, pick some up, and go, "Is it this one?" kind of thing. And while I'm there, I guess I'll say, I hope we didn't make too much of a scene last night. I know my wife quite likes to dance.
No, it's it is from far from the most exuberant dancing I have
No,
seen
certainly
here.
the music was really good. Very friendly place. I can't wait to come back soon. I guess.
In terms of your spot hidden, there's nobody else here. Certainly,
sure.
they may be in the ballroom.
Yeah.
There could be cleaners here or something, but yeah, you've certainly not passed anyone. You don't hear anybody else.
Do you think maybe it could have fallen off while she was dancing? I'll just be really quick.
Of course, the cleaners have been, but sure.
Sure. No, I'll just kind of stick my head in and verify that there's no one really in the ballroom.
There's
Do a
nobody else in
cursory
the
look
ballroom.
around and then just thank him and go at that stage. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
so
go
certainly on this particular day at about midday, he
yeah.
is the only person here.
Well, I mean, we've definitely verified that. Well, not definitely, but we've probably verified that there isn't currently a cult activity going on inside the ballroom, but
Or the drawing room.
or the drawing room. But that's about as much as we've got.
The coffee room, on the other hand.
Yeah, no, I thank him for everything and head down and regroup with the others across the street or around the corner. I'd say, yeah, no, they didn't have it. But I mean, Abdul was there on his own. He seemed to be, it's surprising. He seems to be like a club owner. That was the vibe I got off him, like someone who didn't seem all that creepy, which just goes to show that we're dealing with some very tricky customers.
I mean, it didn't seem like he was a willing participant, or he definitely was stressed out a little bit last night. So now that we know that he does go there, well, he is there on his own. If we do need to speak to him away from
That's true.
the cult's heavies, it's
That's true. Not very successful, I'm afraid. Though another time we might be able to get. I guess if we know he's here, then we could, in theory, I suppose we're close enough to opening that he's probably going to be there until opening, right?
Maybe popping out to go get some food or something, but you think that he's certainly come from home to be here.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Should we go to Spice Place?
Yeah, let's go take a look around.
Is it after closing?
I was going to say, are you waiting until after it's closed, or are you heading there
It's probably safer to wait, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can do a walk past again.
I walk past
But-
won't hurt. Maybe not all of us in one big group, but
Sure, yeah.
like people walk past it every day. Surely they don't like all get murdered.
What's opposite
yeah.
the spice shop? Is it a conveniently placed cafe where we can sit and watch the entrance?
Yeah.
Owned by somebody who is entirely incorruptible.
The Moorish Cafe is across the road.
I could have a bite to eat.
Is this the one we went in last time where we talked about raising the dead?
Oh no, I think the staff won't want us back.
We did
Oh,
it
they'll be
quietly,
very
so-
interested in what you're saying.
Oh, God.
Cool. So you like sort of scoping out and passing the time? Is that kind of the
Seems
vibe?
usual, yeah.
Yeah, I think Ted's going to walk around the sort of, if there's like a block or whatever that you can walk around. If there's any dark alleys, he's not going to go sniffing too like far down into them. But you know, getting a general sense of the geography of the area.
Yeah, so again, just to reiterate, so there's a door and 2 windows at the front. There is a gate, a locked gate, or looks locked, that looks like it goes like a kind of single person width alleyway down the side of the building. That seems to be your only way to get round the back. So yeah, that's kind of your difficulty with regards to that. And there is a ground and upper floor to the building. And the upper floor, and the building looks to stretch to sort of maybe 2.5 times the length of the shop front. So there's quite a lot of space back there that you don't know what that contains at present.
Well, it can't be stone pits with atrocities in them because they wouldn't do that in 2 chapters running.
Unless they wanted you to think they wouldn't.
True. The old double bluff. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe.
Is there any notable traffic in and out of the shop whilst we're sat there watching?
Give me spot hidden.
Is that just for Steve or
Anyone who's sort of observing from here. So we'll leave Jack out of it for this moment.
roll a 2?
Oh, get you.
Wow.
Beats
Hopefully
my
that
10.
I rolled a 66, but it's still a pass.
Okay.
Okay.
So I got an extreme.
That's the biggest flex.
Wilfred got an. I presume Wilfred was an extreme. Must have been.
Yes. Yes.
And John got a standard pass. John Merritt sees some movement in one of the front upstairs windows of the shop. Wilfred and Edwin are pretty certain that it's Zara, and you also think, as you're kind of looking, that it looks like residential upstairs and potentially where she lives.
Well, that complicates matters.
Not surprising though, is it?
No, not particularly.
What? And she just popped out of her shop to go and pop upstairs. Interesting.
Jack, is Ted? No, you haven't said so.
Oh, what?
Mm.
No, I did say.
What did you say, Jack?
I said.
The important thing that,
Johnny will explain.
yeah.
Johnny looking for him to explain what I said.
Yeah, as you come back past the front, I'm assuming that you would have kind of a second glance at the front of the shop before you go into the cafe. So you can see that there is a padlock on the wooden gate that goes down the side of the building.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll obviously tell these guys what I found on that little walk. Yeah, there's a locked. Looks like there's an alleyway to get to the back, but there's a padlock on it, so probably not the time to be picking the lock in broad daylight, especially while the shop's open.
Well, we think that Miss Shafir might maybe live above the shop, so maybe the middle of the night isn't the best time either. Shafir?
She's got to sleep sometime.
Shafiq.
Oh, no.
Edwin is struggling with the. Should Edwin advise on breaking into properties? Is not generally.
I mean, we do know that she goes out once a month overnight, but
we suspect she goes out once a month overnight.
And that night is probably better following the truck rather than.
Unless we split the party. No, that would be silly.
Who'd do that?
Are you waiting here until the shop closes?
If that's not like completely unusual, I mean, if it's like 6 hours, then
It's a few hours, but people are spending their afternoon here.
okay, cool.
There's a bunch of sort of artisty, writery looking types.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask everyone, like, you know, like I'm gonna ask Price, like, do you have a job? Like, do you have somewhere you've got to be? Like, you know, not like, you know, I mean,
Well,
you know,
Mr.
Winnie's
Farwell as
still
well,
in
you know,
the
like,
evenings is still
Winifred
fleecing people
has-
for money. But
Winifred has employs me. I am on a retainer, but
right, that makes
I do
sense.
have other-
Wait, so we pay you.
I do have other cases I could look at, I suppose.
And Barton, like, do you not have somewhere you have to be? It's like this is
Oh.
Tuesday in the middle of the day.
Are you asking us to go away?
No, I'm not. I'm just curious about, you know.
I didn't know whether you were
this
asking us to go away so that you and Ted could break in and us
No,
not see you.
I'm just curious about whether this break in your professional practices are like, you know, no one's going to ask me why I wasn't welding for the last few months, or fixing cars or driving forklifts, but.
No, sure. I'll go and attend to some paperwork just to.
No, I'm saying
No,
this
I've
is
gotten
what Farwell
five.
would ask about, you know, in the hours that we are spending together, you know, while we're waiting is how do we afford, you know, they don't talk about this enough in TV shows. How do we afford to spend all of our time sitting in cafes and watching tours?
Hang on a minute,
Ted's making money. This is Ted's job. Like, you know, like.
Well, one of the advantages of owning my own business is that I can choose my own working hours. So on the nights where we don't go out to social clubs, I can fit my translation work in whenever. I obviously haven't been tutoring recently, what with being out of the country, but I do want to remind you that Mr. Carlton does cover at least most of our expenses.
It's true.
We do have
No, I
something
know.
of a stipend.
I know. I'm just. I just. Again, we just have different kinds of jobs. I've never been a lawyer before, or a lingualism, or
It's
any of
pronounced
this other stuff.
lingualism.
Anyway, I'm sure this conversation fills up a good 2 hours. And if it doesn't, it feels like it.
Okay. You reach 5 o'clock. And you see Zara go to the front door, turn the sign over to closed, unlock the door. You see her appear in an upstairs window for a moment, kind of passing by, and then you see her go out of the front door with the assistant that she had. They lock the door and head out in the direction of the Blue Pyramid Club, you would note. So it's about 5:10 now.
I will comment as we are watching Miss Shafiq in the upstairs window that actually I think Mr. Farwell has a point. This is quite uncomfortable. 4 grown men sitting here watching a woman in her bedroom from across the street.
One of them with a camera.
So are we
Ben
breaking
hasn't
in,
been taking photos just to clear that up.
Are we gonna like? Are we breaking? Are we popping in?
It seems a little bit early for.
I mean, there's that. Did you say there was a back alley with a lock?
And it is just dark now. 5:15. Early February.
Can we at least check out the doormat for a spare key?
I think perhaps some of us should follow if she's heading to the club.
Well, I don't believe she's aware of me so far. I didn't go in the shop initially, unless she's been told of us, of course.
I mean,
So
hypothetically,
least...
if we were going to break into a place, it's probably best the lawyer of the group or solicitor of the group doesn't see us do that. Just for
that is something I was, yes.
That's all hypothetical anyway.
I'm very glad to hear it, Mr. Hobbs.
And perhaps Mr. Price follows along behind Miss Shafiq. Mr. Hobbs and Mr. Farwell do
go for a walk.
What you are very good at. And Mrs. Farwell and I will stay here in case Miss Shafiq returns, at which point we can cause a noise and stop her from walking through her front door.
Well, Miss Farwell can ask her about some of the spices or what have she that she bought.
Yes.
As a, interception if needed.
All right, let's do it.
Cool. Steve, can you start with a stealth roll for me, please?
You won't believe this, but I didn't put many points. I didn't put any points into stealth.
He says that he's going to pass that.
15?
I know he's going to pass it. 20, I think.
Oh, good God. My base stealth is 20. I rolled 22. I'm going to spend 2 points of luck.
I told you, international man of mystery.
I was going to say, you also didn't put many points in throwing people out of windows, but you're pretty good at that.
That went well.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
All kinds of talents.
So, Jack and Justin, are you going for... So, there is a padlock on the gate.
Mhm.
So your options, as you see them, are attempt to pick the lock, attempt to just break through the gate,
Mhm.
or potentially help each other vault the gate.
I mean, yeah. I think prior order of attempts is 1, 3, and 2.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So do you want to give a lockpicking roll, Jack, for Ted?
Yeah, I do.
I'll say Wilfred's on lookout while this is occurring.
Is it possible to help? I don't know.
No
Probably
need,
not.
because that
in
was
this
under
instance.
half that I got.
Nice.
Okay,
Just tap
great.
it.
So. Fun
Yeah,
style.
so you 5 seconds, and you've popped it, and you're pretty confident that you could now do it basically instantly next time you've figured out the
Ted.
mechanism.
You never cease to surprise me.
Okay, so Steve, Edwin essentially follows Zara and Nedja. Edjo.
How do you spell that?
EDJO.
Cool.
You overhear her use his name in conversation as you're following. And they basically go and let themselves into the Blue Pyramid Club before it's open. Are you sort of milling around outside at a little distance to see when they leave, or like potentially head in once it opens, but kind of at the moment? Is that your plan?
I would stay outside if, again, looking for somewhere that's unobtrusive.
Yep.
Like a cafe or something, or an archway. Just keep an eye on the place. I don't think I'd be wanting to go in. Because
you could go to the little cafe bar that the group stayed in last night while you were meeting Yalisha.
That'll work. I say that'll work. It might not work.
It does. It's fine. Okay. Merritt and Mrs. Farwell see Wilfred and Ted disappear much quicker than you expect them to down the side of this building. Okay, so you two, you basically work your way down the length of the building. And there is then kind of another gate at the bottom on the left, which is not padlocked, and lets you into, I'm assuming that you're just going through, lets you into a small yard at the rear of the building.
You muted, Justin.
Anything weird about this yard?
No
wells that have been sealed with stone lids.
Geometry.
It looks to have an outhouse, WC, out here, and there is also, you notice, a coal chute,
Cool.
which is also has a padlock on it. And then there are 2 windows on the back of the building and a door.
Try the door.
It is locked.
Try the coal. The coal chute's got a padlock on it.
It has.
And no windows open on the first or second floor?
No.
Try again?
Yeah. I mean, try and pick the lock on the door.
On the door? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be mental, I think, to go for the coal chute first. Like,
yeah, but I think I kind of say quietly as you're doing this, I think if we just knock the lock off the coal chute, they'll just think, oh, where do they put that lock? You know what I mean? Just put it out there. Unless we find that the real stuff's down there, in which case they're gonna remember that they locked it up.
Hey, that's a success again. It's my lucky dice.
Ted, you've been holding out on us.
Nice.
Where do you think I got all that stuff from?
You've been pretending you ain't so good at this.
Okay. You enter through the back. As you would expect, you do not enter the shop as you have recognized it. This is a separate area to the rear of the shop. So you're in a hallway. Are you leaving lights off? Are you?
Yeah.
What are you
yeah.
doing?
I'm telling Ted, like, we know that, like, basically trying to go through, like, we know what areas are visible from the front of the shop because we should be looking at them. So let's try to avoid those areas.
Yeah.
You know, and just, yeah, I mean, I'll say that I'm happy to try upstairs if you try downstairs, and we can try and be out in 20 minutes or something. You know, just be in and out.
Yeah, we don't want to hang around.
So I'm going to try and make it, if possible, up into the upper floors, and I'm just looking for like documents mostly, and anything that like an address, like diaries, address books, anything documented that could give us a time or a place where this thing might be happening. And obviously, if I come across ancient tomes or statues or anything like that, it's all just going to go in the bag. Maybe I'll have to think about it. But you know, at this stage, it's pretty good. And my exit strategy, in case I hear noise, is to climb down the drain pipe, like, you know, from a window if I'm on the first or second floor while this happens. That's my plan, Johnny. There we go. You got the whole thing.
Perfect. So you make your way through the downstairs. So as you come into the back door, there are doors to your left and right. Do you want to look in those rooms?
I'm leaving downstairs to Ted.
I mean, yeah, I will look in as many rooms as I can get away with, essentially. If I open a door and it goes to the shop floor, I'm like, okay, I don't need to snoop around there. There's
a door down this hallway directly at the end, which you assume will take you. That's the door that you saw.
Would take
you don't know Edjo, but like that Edjo came in and out of.
Okay, yeah. I mean, any door in this corridor that isn't that one, I'll be looking in.
Okay. So the door to your right is a kitchen, which contains a stove, a sink, and a dining table. And then there is to the left, the door to the left, is a storeroom. You do notice that in the storeroom, so there are sort of crates and sacks in here, but you also notice a collection of sacks and blankets, which kind of look like they might have been used for somebody to sleep on. And also, so then you carry on forward and the hallway kind of opens out. There is another door on your left, which, if you go in, is an office. So there's a large desk filling a lot of the room. Lots of paperwork on there. If you have a quick flick through, it's like bills and accounts and supplier correspondence. It all looks reasonably above board, what you would expect from a spice shop or a shop of any kind. In fact, you can make an accountancy roll if you want to.
Yeah, go on then.
Do it.
I mean, on any other thing, it wouldn't be a bad roll. I got an 18.
But you've got, what, 1 in accountancy?
5 is the default.
I've got 5.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to spend luck to get it down. I don't think.
13 luck to get your accounting roll down.
But then I get to pick it, and it
Shame,
might
because
be
I've got 60, but
Well, yeah, this is always going to be a problem, mate, unless Edwin's like idea about what counts as legitimate legal
Edwin feels
practice
his ears
changes.
burning.
I'll just have to take all the paperwork to Edwin.
I mean, you know, or a photograph. Or you could do the thing that you do. The thing that you're good at, the taking the photos thing.
It's not quite the same as having a DSLR.
It's true.
I mean, it depends how suspicious they are that I feel the need to take a photo. You know, that's film.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Then there are stairs to upstairs in the hallway as well.
That's where I've already got up.
And a locked door.
I can't do anything about that. I'm already as Ted's looking through the accounts. I'm already climbing.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you think about the locked door, Jack. And Justin, you go upstairs.
Mhm.
This is definitely an apartment.
Yeah. Do we have fingerprints yet? Because I probably am wearing my electrician gloves.
I
if that's the
hope you
case.
have fingerprints, because
Like,
otherwise that'd be really weird.
There is some,
But I've got my gloves on. I'm in break and entry mode. I've played with Steve before on Call of Cthulhu games, so I know I've learned some of the basics. Yeah, no, I try not to disturb anything. I'm just trying to look for anything that would give me a clue about where these that's the main thing, is where these meetings are happening, or real big red flags that this person is a cult leader. So we're talking tomes, we're talking statues, we're talking headdresses, we're talking scepters.
Okay. So the hall up here, the sort of landing, doesn't really have very much on it. There are a total of 5 rooms up here.
Yeah.
So there's 2 at the front, 2 at the back, and 1 in the middle. It kind of makes you come up kind of in the center of the building. So there's like room.
I guess I would prefer to look at the ones that are not front street facing. That would be like my first guess. So I probably would just go to the closest one that is not front street facing. Just to
so that would be directly ahead of you, and that is a guest bedroom.
Okay. I would just briefly check under the bed, check for any other random things.
Yeah. You do note that this sort of living area is it's all quite fine and luxurious.
Unused?
The spare bedroom is unused that you're in at the moment. Yeah, the guest bedroom. Well, you assume a guest bedroom. Yeah, so basically, as you would expect a guest bedroom to be, there's sort of bed, a small table with 2 chairs, a wardrobe, bedside table, rug on the floor.
I think I'd basically do the simple things of look under the rug, look at quickly open and close drawers, open and close wardrobes, make sure there's no, again, we're looking, make sure there's nothing obvious there that I go, oh, yeah, here we go, But otherwise, I'm looking for documents mostly.
Okay. So the 2 rooms at the back are a bathroom and a storeroom, which has some boxes in, which you could have a quick rifle through.
The boxes are definitely something I care about. I'm also, you can't go into someone's bathroom illicitly and not look at what medication they're on. So I think quick look at the bathroom is sensible.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing of note in either of those rooms.
No drug paraphernalia. No. All right.
No.
Well, then, with judition, is that the word I'm looking for? judicious stealthiness.
Yeah.
Peek into have a little peek into the other rooms.
Okay. So what I'll say is, I'll say that you poke your head into the lounge first, because there's 2 doors into the lounge, and one of them is kind of facing the rear of the building rather than being a side door on the rooms, if that makes sense. So yeah, there is an oil heater in the lounge that you spot immediately emitting a low glow, which keeps the lounge very warm. You can spot in the dim glow of that glass case with some statuettes in.
Yeah, here we go.
Are you making your way into the room?
I'm gonna have a little look and see if there's like lights on in the street opposite, the room opposite, like in the building opposite, like where I might be observed. If that is dark, then I will, basically crawling, make my way into the room. Like not necessarily like keeping low, moving slowly, trying not to bring my attention to myself.
Yeah,
moving carefully so as to not knock anything over. That kind of thing.
You would guess the opposite is an apartment or storage space for the cafe.
Yeah, and it doesn't. There's no lights on in there right now. I think I do have a lantern with me and things like that, so I can keep that low.
Okay.
I can keep a very low flame on that if I need to have any additional light to see anything. But at the moment, I think I don't need it unless I do. But yeah, I want to have a look at that glass case. But again, I'm looking for, if there's not like a diary or a book out on the table or something like that I can see, I'm not going to be pilfering these things today, but I will be looking at them.
Okay, I'll give you a rundown of what you see in the room.
Great.
So, how do you think your Egyptian god knowledge is as Wilfred Farwell?
Not bad. I've got a reasonable amount in occult because of my
Oh yeah, okay.
I've got 23 in occult, so I'm happy to roll for it.
So yeah, give me a roll. I'll do it as a graded.
That was not great, 76. So
okay,
maybe I skipped Egypt.
Well,
I'm going to buy the book. We know we're going there.
There are 4 statuettes in the glass case, which you assume are like from the sort of the style of the statuettes and stuff. You would assume are Egyptian gods, but you don't know which ones they are. On the table in the middle of the living room is an open copy of the Quran.
Okay.
There is an ornate mirror in a gilt frame on the wall opposite the settee, which kind of dominates the room. As you look at it, you realize it's very subtly asymmetric, and there are some strange figures that have been worked into it.
Okay. It's not yeah, I mean, I'm going to be checking that. I'm just going to give it a quick secret door check.
Yep, there is a roll top desk against the wall in the lounge, which has a lock. So
well,
let me run through all this and then we can
yeah. You go, Jonny.
And in fact, that's everything.
Okay, well, I imagine the roll top desk doesn't open when I pull on it. It is currently locked.
Is locked. So you could try locksmith, or you could try brute force if you want to try and open it.
I have a 1% chance of locksmith.
The latter obviously results in clearly somebody has been here.
Look, 10 made it look so easy. I'm definitely going to roll for it. I know I've already failed, but 43 is not great for locksmith. Okay. Jabbing something into it, rapping on it. That's not going anywhere. If that's all I can see, I won't force the desk. We have other times to do things like that. If there's no secret thing behind the mirror, I'll be like, that's interesting, and try and keep a mental picture of it. And otherwise, I would like to try and see what the final room is.
Yeah, there isn't anything behind it or anything like that.
Cool. Yeah.
But yeah,
And I
it's
also
definitely
want
an
to-
interesting
Yeah,
thing.
I would. The glass case that has the god statues in it, is that locked too?
The glass case is no.
I just want to like open that and touch them
Okay.
because we
No-
have had weird warm metal things. Like,
Yeah, there's
they,
nothing-
What do they appear to be made of? Like stone or something? Or
Yeah.
sure, cool.
Yeah,
I'm not going
nothing
to move
strange about
them.
them.
I'm going to close it back up. Quickly check the bedroom, and then I'm going. Then I'm leaving. In and out. In and out. So,
Okay.
or the final room, which I assume is her bedroom. I will. I'll check.
Yes, and there is nothing particularly of note in here either.
Like nothing in the bed. Okay, well, I'll do the same things I was doing before, which is checking the bedside tables and
Yeah.
cupboards and none of that. And otherwise,
But you do notice you're working your way around here that she's living pretty well. You know?
yeah, very well for a spy shop, I might be thinking. And I guess I don't see any keys anywhere.
No.
Okay. Then I'll like quick as a flash try and head down back to Ted.
Okay. Jack, what is Ted doing with the locked door?
Unlocking it, hopefully.
Okay. Give me a roll. I thought that might be the case.
Third
but I didn't
time's the
want to assume.
charm.
That's 49. I have 46 in locksmith, so I am going to spend the 3 luck.
Okay.
Nice. None of it matters unless you get below my luck. None of it matters.
You're kind of maneuvering your sort of thing with and keeping the tension bar going, and then you literally give up and pull out your sort of corner bar, and that clearly catches the last pin that you were trying to to catch, and because you've kept the tension on, it just snaps and you go. And this door leads to a downward staircase down into a cellar.
Would I go down to the cellar on my own? Yeah, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
Just take lots of photos, mate. Take lots of photos.
It's going to be like Paranormal Activity. I'm just going to be, or Blair Witch.
Steve's shaking his head, but what would we get done without some of these illicit escapades?
The
Okay.
GM side of me is just, yes, do it.
So you walk down there. It's a brick-walled cellar. It's dark, dirty, reasonably featureless. There's a big pile of coal that fills the area that you know to be below the coal chute. And there's several old crates littering the floor. A shovel and coal bucket are the only sort of pieces of equipment down here. Let's say that because you've both been searching rooms for a similar amount of time, so let's say that Wilfred sees the open door and
I would follow down with a kind of like Ted, you okay, Ted?
So you can both make a spot hidden roll.
No.
36. And I think I'm pretty close to my spot hidden. 29. I'd have to spend a lot of my luck to get that. Can I push? I am in quite a high octane thing. Can you push a spot hidden?
I'll let you.
Negatives are,
It'll work in this instance.
What's the worst possible thing that could happen? Can I spend luck on a push?
John says no.
John says no. Well, I'm 2 off.
Am I allowed to push these? I failed, or is just one of us pushing enough?
No, you can push as well.
A double push.
What can possibly go wrong?
I can imagine what I can imagine all kinds of things.
Yeah, no, that's an even more of a failure than my first roll.
We're just bumbling around in the dark.
And we never hear from you again.
Okay, Johnny, what happens to us when we
Coal
push?
just goes up and
Yeah, I mean, like, we're covered in coal is the obvious answer, with big footprints. Like, you know, like, but Johnny might have something even worse for us in store.
I think we'll leave it there for this week.
Nice. Nice.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Thanks, everyone.
And we're off next week as well, aren't we?
Oh, we are, yeah. We're off next week.
Which is convenient.
Back on the 15th.
Well, I'm regretting this already.
Well, at least you know that Zara's not on her way back unless there's a secret exit from the Blue Pyramid Club that Edwin isn't looking at.
Edwin.
We literally looked for a secret exit and we couldn't find one, so that can't be the answer. It can't be.
Unless there's an underground one that exits straight to Zara's basement that you're currently staring at.
I mean, I don't mind ending this right here, right now. You know, I'll take them all out with me.
Well,
they're not expecting us.
Exactly, they're equally not expecting us. So we've got the element of just as much of the element of surprise.
There's so much coal dust here. I chuck this lantern and we all go up.
Thanks, everyone. If anyone has any questions or comments, chuck them in the chat. Links to everything below the streams. That's our other streaming platforms, our social media, our Patreon, and our Discord. As just alluded to, we are not on next week, but we will be back on the 15th. We are also on the 22nd and then back on the 5th of January. So we are not doing the 29th because of festive things. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks, players. Is there anything good in the chat? John? It's club owner withdraw. Yeah.
Look, sometimes the only way to move forward is to do something really impulsive.
Like fail spot hidden rolls in a cellar.
Yep.
Twice in a row.
They're pushed at that.
It's all fine.
I also have to throw up this one, also by Steve.
I just want to open the case and look them. Was that about the statues?
Yeah.
I missed that in the chat, yeah.
Can you imagine
really
doing
good.
that and then being asked to do a sanity roll?
I think the statues would have to do a sanity roll as well, actually. No, it's, I'll tell you where I'll endeavour to explain why I wrote that. He says, making the situation worse. Just watch the first episode of Pluribus. Licking is involved in that show.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Any more, John, or are we ending with licking is involved in that show?
Well, I think there's nothing more to say.
I'll throw up this one as it was a good question.
Yeah, thanks, Patchwork Fairs. If you're stuck, does Call of Cthulhu have idea checks? Yeah, and my response was yes, but I like to wait until they're really stuck to wheel those out.
Yeah,
There
I mean, I
isn't-
did think of doing one upstairs, but I was like, no. what's the point?
There is an element of like, you know, we probably have to try more than one thing before we get stuck and are out of ideas. So
Yeah.
there's a certain amount of flailing that has to occur.
Yeah.
Well, there's always Edale.
Cool.
You know, we could.
There's always Edale. There's 3 stories there, isn't there? From
Yeah,
the scoop, I think.
there's the artist as
If
well,
you get really stuck.
which I was going to suggest in the cafe, and then we came up with an actual plan. But
Plan is very, very generous.
I think it was a plan. Roles
Plan's
were
very
assigned,
generous.
Yeah,
plans were put into place.
things happened.
I
Okay.
feel like I contributed.
I feel
I
like
feel like I have put myself in an equal amount of danger as everyone else.
Cool. Thanks, everyone. We will be back on the 15th, and yeah, we will see you then.